Hey ladies, welcome back. So, circular dating in 2023. If you are tired of the dating scene today, if you're not getting the results you want, if you're losing hope, okay, because things are not going well or the way you would expect them to, then this video is for you. If you're tired of wasting time, if you are looking to give an opportunity to something different, you see, when we're doing something over and over the same way, perhaps it's time to think into something different, a different way of doing things. And rotational dating is a different way of doing things, and it's a way that was the old way, okay? Where I come from Mexico. I was born and raised there. This used to be the way that, you know, we got to know our husbands or the one, okay? Husbands, yeah, because the one there, it means husband. And this video is for those who know what they want, who don't want to waste time, and who are ready for full-on commitment, which is marriage. Okay, if you are still messing around and want to spend time with a person for a couple of years here and there, then what I teach, it's not going to apply to you until you know what you want, until you're ready for a full-on commitment. Okay, so circular dating needs to be brought back, needs to be mainstream. People need to be doing this because it is a reason why I've taken my practice online, because so many, like all of my clients, they find one and they get married to a beautiful husband and stuff. So it's something that really works. So if you're not ready, maybe just watch, and when you're ready, then you can go ahead, right? It's something that really, really works for when you are ready for the one. So rotational dating is what it's called in India, and other countries. Courtship dating is what I like to call it, because what you're doing is you're allowing men to court you. You're allowing it because they want to do it. They're happy to do it. They dream about doing that, right? Men don't really like women that are like, here you go. Here's everything. So they like that for a short period of time, but then they'll move on to someone who is wow. And what we're doing in rotational dating, in circular dating, is not only giving a really good first impression and getting your standards to where they need to be for you to find the type of relationship you want, if it's, a proper marriage. I'm saying proper marriage because anyone can get married and it can turn into a train wreck, as many of you know, right? So what you do is, instead of attaching yourself to one person that is not committed to you, commitment means marriage, like all in. So instead of doing that, attaching yourself to someone that may not be that into you, very likely, you allow a group of men to court you. And when I say group, I'm not saying at the same time they know each, none of that, right? So you'll have a roster, a rotation of men that want to court you and want to get to know you, and that are looking for the same thing that you are looking. Okay, it's important that for you to do rotational dating, that you know what you want. Okay, because if you're going around dating without knowing what you want, well, what do you think you're going to find? So it's men that, you know, have the intention of meeting the one, and you'll go out with, you know, for them and get to know them, what their values are. Okay. You'll see what makes them, you know, how they see life, their beliefs about life, their beliefs about family, their beliefs about money, about work, about all kinds of like really fundamental life things. Okay. And what their true, you know, values about that are. And then you will see who meets the list of the qualities that you envisioned. Not only qualities, but most importantly, values. Because, for example, something like a hobby or interest or, you know, things like that, they change over time. Values, they stay with you pretty much for life. For example, a man that doesn't believe that he should protect his family and provide for his family, he, even though you think you may have convinced him to change his mind through manipulation or whatever it is, in the long run, do not be surprised of the things he does, because when they're telling you something, believe them, you know? So you'll get to know what kind of temper they have, right? And again, in my videos, I've talked about how a lot of you seem to believe that living together with someone will show you their true colors. Again, I'm going to make a very specific video about that. But yeah, that's not what we're looking for. You're looking to see people's values, okay? And then, you know, whenever you're not, let me just say, when you attach yourself to a specific guy, boyfriend, you want to call him, or the one guy you're dating, when you attach yourself, you start pair bonding, you start that process, and your brain is under hormones, oxytocin, vasopressin, dopamine. You're getting a dopamine hit. You are under the influence of hormones. Okay, so that doesn't allow you to think straight. It doesn't allow you to be on your clear judgment and use your rational mind. So you will miss every red flag. You will want to ignore it on purpose, pretty much. You'll be like, yeah, so yeah, he hasn't really worked for like 2 or 3 years, but you know, it's okay because, you know, I'm supportive and things. Or you see like, yeah, we've been together for like 2 years, but and nothing's really happening or nothing's moving forward. We're just kind of, you know, he loves me. He loves me, but you know, so you will make excuses, and you will not be able to think straight when you are in love with someone. You're not in love, you're attached, you're infatuated. Okay? So you're doing that with someone who has not committed to you. So that's what we're trying to avoid. Circular dating, courtship dating is for someone who wants to avoid heartbreak. You want to avoid wasting time. You want to avoid being used or any of that. So you do circular dating so that you can meet someone who wants the same thing as you. And then he will give you a ring once you he sees you're someone who not only is serious about this topic, but it's not committing to, or it's not giving herself to some random guy that you're dating. Okay. So he will want to be engaged to you because that is what high value actually is. A lady who will not just give herself, just without anything. If you give out yourself for free, and I'm using that word free just because, like, what other word can we use? If you're giving yourself without expecting anything back, and again, I don't think I'm communicating quite right what that is, right? Like giving yourself for free, but that's what it is, right? So who do you think, like, you're essentially not valuing yourself when you are, someone's girlfriend, or, sure, you're spending some time having a good time, but it's a different thing, okay? So if you want to avoid any of that crap, you need to not attach yourself to someone. You need to think straight and rationally select the pool of men you will be dating. So you will date men that only meet a certain, for example, I'll give you my example. If I were in your place, I would be dating someone that is not, you know smoking, who is not doing substances like pot, and I wouldn't want someone who likes to drink on the weekends for fun, as a pastime or as a hobby, kind of like I'm sitting down watching football and having like all these beers. No, I wouldn't want to date someone that kind of drinks, you know um myself, right? I would rule out certain things that I don't want. Like, I wouldn't want to be dating someone that is not educated, someone that doesn't have a job, someone that doesn't have their life together, right? If they don't have a home, like be it an apartment or a house that they own, right? So you would rule out like some really essential things, of course, right? To avoid issues. And then, you will have the list of things that you do look for. And you will find someone who wants to marry you, who not only wants to marry you, but who is crazy about you, whom wants to buy a ring for you, who wants to buy a house for you, who wants you to be the mother of their children, who wants to protect you and provide for you, and all the things, right? So because this is a different way of doing things, you may need guidance, you may need help on how to do this like a pro, because you can rub people in the wrong way, if you do this wrong. Also, you need to be able to master nonverbal communication to be successful in dating in this style, right? You need to be able to, master your energy, which is the essence of this. So let me just say the biggest thing about circular dating. When you're circular dating, your energy is completely different. Imagine you're someone who is in high demand, and if this one other person like didn't show up on time, he's out. And then, you know and when I say not on time, like, maybe he arrived half an hour late, like 5 to 10 minute delay is a courtesy thing you can allow. But like, say someone like hasn't texted you for, I don't know, a week or two, like, it won't be a big deal to you, because then you have you have all other options, right? And when I say options, I don't mean like there's no reason why you should be treating someone like they are, a husband or a fiance when they're just someone you're getting to know. And let me tell you, men do this. Men do this all the time. They do their own version of rotational dating like all the time. They're smart, they're rational. Why would they not when they haven't met the one? Okay. So you will not become someone's girlfriend, right? Because that's not part of a, first of all, you don't need that to find the one. You know, only when someone gets engaged to you and you have a wedding date can you take this person like seriously. Can you say there's a commitment? Before that, you're just getting to know them, they're getting to know you, so this is the gist of it. It's different, but it's very effective. And let me tell you, men love that. If you're a guy watching, you probably haven't experienced this, but let me know what you think, right? Guys do this all the time. Why? Because they're using their rational mind to get to know people, right? And only when they find someone that really captures their heart, they're like, her. I want her, and I want to take her off the market. That's what a man, does when he's really into you. When they're not that into you, they're like, yeah, like we're getting to know each other like for 2, 3 years, like, no, I'm not wasting time for 2, 3 years. Like, no. So, I mean, you don't have to get married like immediately, but you can be engaged and then get to know the person on a more, you know, on a, maybe a bit deeper or whatever it is, right? But by that time, honestly, like, the essence of a person. If you don't know what you're looking for, then maybe you think that you need to see them for 3 years, 2 years, and you still don't know, if they're the one. Why? Because you don't know what you're looking for. So, ladies, my specialty is literally that, courtship dating, circular dating. So my course is coming out here in the fall, and you'll learn everything about nonverbal communication. You'll learn, charm school. You'll learn discretion. The art of discretion is a huge thing, because during dating, a huge way that men like to see, what kind of girl you are, is they'll start asking you questions that can be inappropriate. They'll, just different things. So if you don't know how to master the art of discretion, then yeah, it can get tricky for you, right? So what else do we have? We have, step by step, literally, how to do the online part, how to vet your roster, right? Like all the candidates and everything about it, literally, like how to do it properly, right? So stay tuned for that. Sign up to the email list if you want to be informed when it's out, and if you want to participate in the launch discount, because after the launch, then it goes to its normal price, right? So yeah, ladies, if you're tired of seeing one person for 2 months or seeing one person for 2 years, and then over and over and over the hookup cycle goes on, then you may want to look into rotational dating. So who is it not for? If you don't know what you want, rotational dating is not for you. If you don't want to get married, rotational dating is not for you. If you see yourself as a total feminist, then none of the stuff that I say here probably appeals to you, or this very likely is not for you. So yeah, ladies, that's pretty much the essence of it. And in a separate video, I'm going to talk about how circular dating, a bit of the history of it, the background, where it has come from, and a bit more details about it. So stay tuned for the other video where I'll talk about its, background. And yeah, ladies, let's make dating great again. And let's not do what everyone does in 2023, because that's why you are where you are if you're not happy. Okay? So ladies, that's it for now, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye now.